Hello. So I thought I'd try making one final video about Fantasy World Cup and stuff. It's 2:15 on the 18th, Sunday the 18th. So the final was about to kick off at 3. I just thought I'd get some thoughts out now because the other side of the final, I think everybody will move on pretty quickly onto FPL again. So just thought I'd get my thoughts out now. Basically, just to say how much I've enjoyed it, the World Cup and the game, this Fantasy World Cup game. Yeah, I've really loved it. The World Cup I've loved, and it's been a weird World Cup because of the fact that it's in winter, and it's almost felt like the outside world hasn't really, the outside community, you don't really feel like there's a World Cup going on. So it's felt very insular and intimate, like it's just me and the screen, and I've been enjoying all the football, but the actual football's been really good fun. Yeah, I've loved it. And then the game as well. I've really loved this fantasy game. Even though it had all the bugs and the budget hacks, I've actually loved it. I mean, I think it divided a few people. Some people that kind of put them off. But whereas for me, it kind of made me gain interest because I love stuff like this. Like my ideal game would probably be to have to include the budget hacking because I love that kind of logistical thing of having to figure out how to get your transfers ready so you can kind of maximize your budget in that. I really love that aspect of it. And then all the bugs I love as well. Like my ideal game would probably be one where everybody's expected to have a test team and there are like glitches deliberately programmed into the game and you have to go searching for them. So like if you do a certain transfer from like Perisic to Ziyech or something, or certain players, it will unlock a triple captain boost or something. There's little cheat codes that are like you have to go searching for, and I'd love a game like that. Like we have to really hunt for all the glitches and stuff. Obviously, that wouldn't be suitable for everybody. Most people probably wouldn't enjoy that, but yeah, I like weird stuff like that. It's the same with the server crashes with FPL. I kind of like that because it's an opportunity to get an advantage on people, and yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit weird like that. So yeah, I've loved it. I also think something that helps is the fact that my rank has been quite good. Like I'm ranked just outside top 2k at the moment, which is really, really good. In FPL, I'm like 1.5 million, even though I've not really been doing anything differently. But that's so that I don't know whether it's just pure luck or what, but I'm well chuffed with that. So that's pretty good. We've got the final to come though, yeah. So we'll see. So yeah, I think I'm just going to talk about talk about the final. Don't think anybody will watch this before the final anyway. But and then I was just going to have a review of the whole thing, mainly for me. Other people might find it boring, but I was just going to have a review of how my season went, the World Cup went for me. So I better do my changes for the World Cup now. So what I'm thinking for the final is basically we got the lineups is looking like Tagliafico starting rather than Acuna. I think there was some kind of problem with Acuna. He was listed at first, and then now he's not playing. So my plan is I'm going to go for Tagliafico because of the fact that even though Molina's probably better, he's played more minutes. He's got Mbappe to think about. And Tagliafico actually seems to get a lot of his XG is very high, but he doesn't seem to be able to finish his dinner. He hasn't got anything, one goal or assist for Argentina. But I feel as though he's all right domestically, and I feel as though he could get something. And maybe it's in the stars that he was starting this game. Who knows? So I'm going to go for him. He's going to be lesser owned as well. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to move the captaincy to Messi, I think. Am I going to do that? Yes. I'm not going to overthink it. Messi's getting the captain. Boom. Now Kramaric is coming off. Let's put Varane on. Do all my subs first. Atiat Allah's coming off. Fernandez on. And Modric is coming off. Koundé on. Right, and then we're bringing Di Maria in because Di Maria's on the right there, so we want Di Maria instead of Enzo. Enzo will be probably playing fairly. Yeah, let's do that. Yep, so let's transfer him for Di Maria. Get him in there. Let me just one last think. Yeah. And then I'm going to leave Koundé in. I'm going to have 3. Yeah, that's right. So let's do it. Done. That's it. Let's get Martinez in there as well. One more transfer, and I think I've decided Varane's the one who's going to go. I'm going to keep Koundé, keep Hernandez. Varane, I'm going to switch to Tagliafico. Let's do it. Tagliafico. I wonder whether I should wait just a little bit longer. See if you can. I don't think so. Actually, I might just wait. I might just wait on that one just in case there's some more news. But that's the one I'm going to do. Tagliafico to Varane. And we'll see how that goes. Yesterday, I did a bunch of changes which might backfire. I took Alvarez out and put Kramaric in, which could very easily backfire today. So we'll find out. Yeah, that could go badly. But my reasoning was because I figured the higher scoring game is probably more likely to be the third place playoff, and so you want to load up on more players from that game, and you don't want defenders from that game because if it's high scoring, it's unlikely to be clean sheets. So I basically loaded up on midfields. I had 4 midfielders, 1 spot left for Di Maria, and then I just thought the same logic is like you're more likely to get more goals, so I should go for the person most likely to score in that third place playoff. That was my logic. And if Alvarez scores, it's probably likely to only be 1 goal or something. So, whereas Kramaric could have got a hat-trick or something, he didn't. He was crap. But that was my logic. And then I was also thinking in the third place playoff, you have to play at least like 3 or 4, preferably 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 players from that third place playoff, because otherwise you're wasting transfers here. Because if you only played 3 players from the third place playoff, and then one of them gets a return, then you're only going to sub 2 of them onto the bench, and you're going to have a third bench spot that just doesn't get used. It's going to end up with an Argentina-French player just left there unused, when you could have just used that for another punt on another player from the third place playoff. So I realised I was going to need to play quite a lot, and so it's worked out not too bad. Maya's he got 2 points, which is, not terrible. I could have used that on an Argentina-French player, but who else is there? Rabiot. Could have stuck Enzo Hernandez in there. We'll see. But yeah, it's worked out all right. So I've had all these punts and I haven't wasted them really. But yeah, anyway, we'll see. But Alvarez to Kramaric could backfire. Yeah, it's always harder to make a transfer when you're transferring somebody good for somebody else who you think is kind of marginally better or has better odds, because when you're transferring DePaul to Maya, it doesn't feel like you're going to lose much. And when Sosa to Atia Allah, well, Sosa wasn't playing, and so yeah, that one could backfire though. Anyway, I'm just going to waffle to myself. I doubt anybody will be interested in this, but just going to go through a review of how my season went in the World Cup. So match day 1 was crap. That was one of my lowest scores. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll start with. I'll just start with the little league I did, just in case anybody's interested, which I seem to be winning, which is good for me. But yeah, anyway, that is good for me. I may as well just go through it. So it's not over yet. Eric Tonto has been doing well all season. And I keep seeing this while my Qatar gently weeps in like loads of leagues. Keeps popping up. He seems to be doing really well. All these people are doing well. But yeah, the top 10 then. Eric Tonto doing well. Kuba, Wania, Kentry, number 4. While my Qatar gently weeps, 5. Vedra, 6. Nonce Royalty, 7. Quinn, W, 8. Obu, FPL, 9. Callum Young, 10. All doing really well. I mean, everyone's doing well. I don't even know what it means to do well in FPL, because in fantasy teams, because a lot of it's luck sometimes. Some of it's skill though. I don't know. Why do we play it? It's I don't know, but we're doing well. So yeah, Eric Tonto, what was his team looking like? Looking pretty good. You can't go back through their teams and stuff, but yeah. Anyway, well done everybody. But my season went like this. So match day 1 was my worst match day. I got my match day rank was like just outside the top 300k. So that was my worst match day. So that wasn't the best start. Oh yeah, and by the way, the reason I'm doing probably well in my league was because it started match day 2, and so I didn't have this match day 1. So I'd imagine people are probably doing better than me anyway. Yeah, so that didn't go very well. Match day 1. Not sure why. Just all the midfields blanked. Oh, and yeah, the budget hack. I don't think I actually made any points from the budget hack at all. I did Sosa to Cancelo, match day 1. Sosa got 6, Cancelo got 0. Match day 2, I did the wild card, brought in De Bruyne for De Paul, and he got 1. De Paul got 1 or 2, something like that. Didn't make me much. Match day 3, you couldn't do it. Match day 4, I did something. What did I do? Oh, I just brought in Alisson for Costa. Alisson got 2, and Costa got 1 or 2, something like that. So I didn't get much there. And then match day 5, I brought in Foden. He got a 2. I didn't do anything in 6. So yeah, never actually made that many points. But I still loved doing it. I still loved trying to figure it out. Yeah, and then match day 2 was crap. I did the wild card. So you would have thought that should have been a good one when I was using my wild card, but I was still ranked just outside the top 250k. So not that great. And my biggest error, and if anybody's listening, I'd be curious to know how your World Cup went, and what your biggest errors were, or what your biggest bits of luck were, and how you felt about it all, and all that kind of stuff, whether you enjoyed it or not. Because my biggest error, my biggest regret was this chap, man. I just forgot to upgrade him to Alisson. He's a Cameroon keeper, and he played in the game before Brazil, and I just left him there ready to upgrade to Alisson. I forgot, and he played, and so I had to leave him in my team, and Alisson got a clean sheet as well, so that would have been another 5 points, but never mind. So that was the biggest error I made. And then match day 3, I smashed it. Match day 3, my rank was just outside the top 1k. 71 points, and that was a bit of a surprise because I was wildcarding, trying to guess lineups from afar, and I think I just got kind of lucky. I guess I just tried to pick nailed on players. Pulisic and Ziyech were wicked. They were good picks. I just did pretty well. Lautaro Martinez didn't start, so I switched him to Alvarez, and he got me a goal. Gakpo did well. Just kind of generally did quite well, and so that was fun. Yes, I did really well that match day. And then match day 4 is the round of 16. How did I do in this one? Just outside the top 100k, so that's pretty good, but it's all right. Back to normal. And I did. How did I do? 82 points. I did really well there as well. Oh, that's it. I did Mbappe captain. That was quite a little. Yeah, I like that. I feel like I should take a little bit of pride for that, because normally I would stick on Messi, but I just had these mega Hall vibes from Mbappe against Poland, a weakened Poland. Their defense wasn't great, I didn't think, and yeah, it paid off anyway. Maybe it's a bit of luck, but that paid off well. Yes, I did really well that match day. Match day 5, lowest scoring. But I think the quarterfinals, I was still inside the top 200k, so I think it must have been low scoring for everybody. Yeah, Neymar captain was fine, Messi as well, but then nobody else really scored many points. Yeah, defense was terrible. Brought in Guerrero, he didn't get anything. Yes, that didn't work out too well. But then match day 6, I smashed it again. So match day 6 was just inside the top 2k again, and that was a bit of a surprise to me. I got really lucky there. I got lucky with Alvarez because Alvarez was my second choice. Giroud was my first choice to have there as the third forward. The only reason I went for Alvarez was because I had to do the transfer in the match day before, match day 5, and Alvarez had already qualified, whereas Giroud was yet to play England. So I just thought I'd be safe and go for Alvarez. So that I got a bit lucky there, but he got a 14-pointer. Defense. I just went. I went triple France, and it paid off. Double Argentina, triple France. They got clean sheets. I couldn't really understand people going for Morocco. I figured France would beat them. Didn't couldn't see a clean sheet from Morocco. So that went well. And I think if there was any part of my season, I keep calling it season, it's only 7 days, but any part of the season when I felt like I kind of earned that was this match day, probably because of the fact that a lot of people had their teams obliterated. And I do think I said before that a lot of that's probably because you just went big, or you go big or go home, and maybe that's the right way to play. And I do kind of think that, like the way I did all triple France here, I just kind of went all in with France here. But at the same time, I tried to kind of work out how many, I did all my maths and stuff, and I tried to work out how many slots we were going to need for each, how many we were going to need to reserve for people who are knocked out, the percentage odds of what we should expect, and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of did the maths on it, and I made it through. And a lot of people weren't able to field a full team, and I think that's maybe where I got the edge, with a bit of luck as well. But so that went really well. But then I'm about to ruin it in the final by selling Alvarez for Kramaric, and that's going to backfire probably, but yeah, we shall see. But I've got Di Maria in there. Not many people have Di Maria. I'm going to have a little outside punt on Tagliafico if he's still listed, which he still is. I'll double check the lineups in a mo, but he's still there. So yep, Messi cap. We'll see how it goes. I think that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, so yeah, it was fun. If anybody has any comments, leave them below. But good luck in the final, and take it easy. Okay, bye bye.